Good afternoon. Today we will solve some problems of Z transform and then find out this inverse Z transform. First, find out the Z transform of x of n is equal to a raised to the power absolute value of n, where value of a is less than absolute value of a is less than 1 and greater than 0. So given signal is this, and first we decide the nature of this sequence x of n. Suppose a is half, then when we put n is equal to 0, x of 0 is equal to a raised to the power absolute value of 0 or half raised to the power 0, it means 1. Similarly, when we put n is equal to 1, x of 1 is equal to a raised to the power 1, and if we put the value of a, we get half raised to the power 1, it means we get 1 by 2. For n is equal to 2, we get the value of x of 2 is 1 by 4. Similarly, for n is equal to 3, the value of x of 3 is 1 by 8. Then we calculate the value of x of n for negative values of n. When n is equal to minus 1, x of minus 1 is equal to a raised to the power absolute value of minus 1. Absolute value of minus 1 is 1 and value of a is half. So we get the value of x of minus 1 is half. Similarly, for n is equal to minus 2, the value of x of minus 2 is 1 by 4, and for n is equal to minus 3, value of x of minus 3 is equal to 1 by 8. So this is a two-sided signal, or it can be expressed as x of n is equal to a raised to the power n un, this is for left hand side, and a raised to the power minus n u minus n minus 1. This is for negative value for left hand side, and this is for right hand side signal. And if we draw the value of x of n, where value of a is half, we get the value of x of n is given like this. When n is 1, value of x of n is half. When value of n is 2, value of x of n is 1/4. Similarly, for n is equal to 3, we get the value of 2. For negative values, we get the values of x of n, and this is the plot of x of n. Wait for a minute. Then according to the definition of Z transform, we have x of z is equal to summation x of n and z raised to the power minus n. And if we put the value of x of n, which is given by a n un plus a raised to the power minus n u minus n minus 1 multiplied by x of minus n. So this summation can be separated into two terms like this. This un changes the limit from n is equal to 0 to infinity, and presence of this unit step signal changes the limit from minus infinity to minus 1. So x of z is written as x1z plus x2z, and x1z is equal to summation n is equal to 0 from n is equal to 0 to n is equal to infinity a raised to power n z raised to power n, and we know that standard z transform for a raised to power n un is given by z divided by z minus a, and ROC of the signal sequence is this. So z1 x1z is given by z divided by z minus a, and ROC is absolute value of z is greater than absolute value of a. And for this term, this is the anticausal sequence. For this term, x2z is equal to summation from n is from minus infinity to minus 1 a raised to the power minus n z raised to the power minus n, and if we put n is equal to minus l, so we get l is equal to infinite, and here if we put n is equal to minus n, so minus minus is cancelled out, l is equal to infinity and l is equal to 1. Here we get a raised to the power l, z raised to the power l. So finally we get x to z is equal to summation l from n is equal to 1 to n is equal to minus plus infinity a raised to power l z raised to power l. So we can write this equation like this expression, and z2 is z2 x to z is written as az plus square of az plus cube of az and so on. So taking az common, we get this, and this is a standard geometrical series, and summation of this geometrical series is written as 1 by 1 minus az if value of az is less than 1. If mod of az is less than 1, then we can write the summation of this geometrical series. So we get the value of x2z is equal to az by 1 minus az, and ROC is mod of az is less than 1. It means that mod of z is less than 1 by a. So combined z transform of signal is given by z divided by z minus a plus az divided by 1 minus az, and ROC is in first. In this case, ROC is mod of z is greater than a, and in for second case, ROC is less than 1 by mod of a. So, and this is the intersection area of ROC, and this is the ROC of x of z. Similarly, next question is find the z transform of x of n, where x of n is given by a raised to the power n divided by n factorial, and value of n is greater than or equal to 0. So according to the definition of z transform is given by this expression, and since value of n is positive values of here, value of n is given only for positive values of x-axis or positive values of n. So we can say that this is a causal sequence, and x of z is given by summation. Limit is from 0 to infinity. This is the value of x of n, and multiplied by z raised to power minus. So we can write this equation like this. And we know the standard series of Ex is given by this equation. X raised to summation and limit from 0 to infinity. X raised to the power n divided by n factorial is given by 1 plus x square plus x cube divided by factorial 2, and it is equal to Ex. Here value of x is in this case a multiplied by z raised to power minus 1. So x value of x of z is given by exponential a by z. The last question is find the z transform and plot ROC of x of n, where x of n is equal to n square multiplied by un. Let x of n is equal to n multiplied by x1n, where x1n is given as n un. This is the ramp signal, and if we put the value of x1n in this equation, we get the value of xn is equal to n square multiplied by un. So first we take z transform of n un. This is a ramp signal, and z transform of ramp signal is given by z divided by z minus 1 whole square, and this is given by x1z. Means this is the x1z is z transform of n un or ramp. And we know that according to the differentiation property, we have n x1n. If we take the z transform of n x1n, then we get the differentiation of x1n multiplied by minus z. And here we calculate the value of z transform of x1n, which is given by x1z. So if we put the value of x1z in this formula, we get minus z d by dz multiplied by z divided by z minus 1 whole square. And if we differentiate this term with respect to z, this, and here if we differentiate this, we get this expression. So finally we get this expression, and ROC is same as ROC of NUN, and ROC of NUN is always absolute value of mod of z is greater than 1 on exterior part of unit circle having radius 1 in case of unit step or in case of ramp signal. So we get the z form of n x1n, and this is the z transform of n x1n or n square un, and ROC is mod of z is greater than 1. Then we find out the inverse z transform. Find out the inverse z transform of following expression. X of z is given by this expression, and this is the ROC, and you have to find out a value of x of n. Here this is a naught. Value of a naught is 1. Degree of numerator is 1, degree of denominator is 2, it means that degree of denominator is greater than degree of numerator, and value of a naught is 1. So given function is in proper form, so we calculate the first we make these powers to be positive. So we multiply z square by z square, and when we multiply z square by z square, we get the final expression like this. In this case, we first find out x of z divided by z. X of z is given by this expression z, x of z is equal to z divided multiplied by z minus 2 divided by z square plus 3 by 4 z plus 1 by 8. So x of z divided by z is given by z minus half divided by z square plus 3 by 4 z plus 1 by 8. Yeah. When we get the value of x of z divided by z, then we use the partial fraction as in case of Laplace transform. This is quadratic equation. Find out the values of its root and use the formula for P1 and P2 minus B plus minus under root B square minus 4AC divided by 2A. And if we substitute all these values, you get the value of P1 is half minus half, and P2 value of second root is minus 1 by 4. So we can write that x of z divided by z is equal to z minus half divided by z plus half z plus 1 by 4, because two roots are minus half and minus 1 by 4. Then we write this in partial fraction form: a1 divided by z plus half plus a2 divided by z plus 1 by 4, and calculate a1 is equal to z plus half multiplied by x of z divided by z, and calculate the value of a1 when z is minus half. Put the value of x of z divided by z, then this term and this term is cancelled out, and we get a1 is like this, and when we put z is equal to minus half, we get the value of a1 is 4. Similarly, we calculate the value of a2. Value of a2 is minus 3, and if we put a value of 1 and a2, we get x of z divided by z is equal to 4 divided by z plus half minus 3 by z plus 1 by 4. And after getting this expression, we calculate the value of x of z. X of z is given by this, and then we use the standard formulas. We know that z by z plus a. This is for Poisson system, and ROC is greater than, in this case, absolute value of z is greater than absolute value of a. And if we consider this case, then the value of a is half, and we get inverse z transform of z by z plus half is given by half raised to the power n un. Similarly, for the second case, because absolute value of z is greater than half. So absolute value is greater than 1 minute. So this term is also causal, and if it is causal due to ROC, this ROC determines that this term is causal, and for causal system we can write minus 1 by 4 raised to the power n un, and we get the value of x of n is given by. Next, obtain inverse z transform of following expression when ROC or mod of z is greater than half. Here a naught is 1, order of denominator is 2, order of numerator is 1. It means it is in proper form. So we calculate first we multiply this by z square, multiply and divide by z square, and we get the final expression like this. And then we calculate or obtain the value of x of z divided by z. X of z divided by z is given by this expression z minus half divided by z square minus 1 by 4. Then we find out the roots of this equation. We can easily calculate the roots of this equation. First, roots are this. So we write x of z divided by z is equal to z minus half divided by z minus half, z plus half. This term and this term is cancelled out. So we get the value of x of z divided by z is given by 1 by z plus half, or value of x of z is given by this, and we know that ROC is absolute value of or mod of z is greater than half, and root is also half. It means that function is causal, and so x of value of x of n, and for given causal function we use the standard formula for causal sequence, which is given by this, and x value of x of n is minus half raised to the power n un, since un is causal. Next, determine inverse z transform of following. X of z is given by this expression where x of n is causal. It is in proper function. Then we can write x of z is written like this, and convert this into multiply and divide by z. We get this expression. Then we determine x of z divided by z is given by this. Then calculate the roots of this equation. Roots of this equation are plus half and minus 1 by 4. So we can write x of z divided by z is equal to 3 divided by z minus half and z plus 1 by 4. And it is written as in partial fraction form. Then we calculate the value of a1. a1 is given by this term and this term is cancelled out. And when we put z is equal to half, we get the value of a1 is 4. Similarly, we calculate the value of a2. Value of a2 is minus 4. And we get final expression is x of z is given by 4z divided by z minus half minus 4z divided by z plus 1 by 4. Since x of n is causal function, so we can use this standard formula, and in this case value of pk is half, so we get 4 half raised to power n un. Similarly, minus 4, value of p2 is minus 4, so minus 4 raised to the power n un, and we get final expression. Determine all the possible sequence. In this case, there is no ROC is not given. Then and we have to calculate all possible sequence x of n associated with z transform, and z transform is given by this. So z transform is given by this, and when we rearrange or simplify this equation, we get this equation here. Value of a naught is not 1. Value of a naught is 3, and value of m means order of numerator is 1, order of denominator is 2. So firstly, to convert this function into proper function, we multiply the numerator and denominator by 1 by 3 to convert a naught is equal to 1. So we get, in this case, a naught is 1, order of numerator is 1, order of denominator is 2. So it is in proper form. Then we multiply by z2 and z2, and we get the value of x of z, and this is the value of x of z divided by z. Then we calculate the roots of this quadratic equation. Roots of quadratic equation is 2 and 1 by 3. So we can write x of z divided by z is equal to 5 by 3 divided by z minus 2, z minus 1 by 3, and it is written in partial fraction expansion form. Then we calculate a1 and a2. a1 is calculated as 1, and value of a2 is minus 1. So if we put this, x of z is equal to z divided by z minus 2 minus z divided by z minus 3. In this case, in the question, there is no ROC is no condition for ROC is not given. So suppose that when ROC is either ROC is greater than 2, when ROC is greater than 2, it means that this sequence is causal, and if absolute value of z is greater than 2, it means that it is also greater than 1 by 3. It means that both terms are causal. If it is causal, then we use this formula and we get the value of x of n. When ROC is greater than 1 by 3 and less than 1 by less than 2. So in this case, this part This is the causal and this is anti-causal. So first, this is anti-causal. This is anti-causal. It means that it is multiplied by u minus n minus 1. We can use this formula for anti-causal sequence. So x of n is given by minus 2 raised to power n u minus n minus 1. And since ROC is in this case greater than 1 by 3, second term is causal, and when it is second term is causal, it is given by x to n is given by 1 by 3 raised to power n u n, and this is the value of x of n. And when value of ROC is less than 1 by 3, both sequences are anti-causal, and so these are multiplied by, we get the value of x of, in this case, okay, time is over, class is over. Thank you.